Welcome everyone, welcome to Absolute Chat with your host, Darren Keenan. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this world. My name is Darren Keenan. I've got a YouTube channel called Positive Brit, and this is my podcast. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to check out some of my vlogs. Hit that subscribe, and that notification bell will notify you when I upload. Also, likes, dislikes, always welcome, as well as comments. And if you've got any ideas for me to podcast about, please comment below. And you'll see a time skip below if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on YouTube. You'll see a time skip in the description to skip to different parts of this podcast. I also have a Patreon account and page where I'm trying to save up for new equipment and get a decent camera and lighting and podcasting equipment. So if you want to support me on Patreon, please get over. The link will be below. Or just Patreon Darren Keenan, all one word. And as I'm recording this, yesterday was Mother's Day, and I want to say a big thank you to my mother. She passed away 9.5 years ago, but I still think of her every day. So happy Mother's Day from yesterday. So now all that's over with, let's get on with the podcast, shall we? So my topics for today are Flat Earthers, my Vlogumentary, and Joe Weller versus Jake Paul. I don't know where to start on that one, but Joe Weller one should be interesting. Don't forget the links will be below so you can skip different parts. So let's get on with it. Let's start with the Flat Earthers. I've done a couple of vlogs regarding Flat Earth, and yes, the first one I did, I researched it that much, I nearly fell for it. And just the idea is bonkers, really. When you look into it, you think, oh, okay, they've got the reasonable idea there. But you get pushed back to reality. I was watching a YouTuber the other day, and he explained it even better. Well, he's a round earther, not a flat earther. He explained and put me right into perspective that, yeah, we are on a globe. He determined about when the scientists predict when the comets or eclipses, when they predict it, it's 99.9% correct. And that can only be predicted if we're on a globe, not a flat earth. And if the flat earth, say we are on a flat earth, we couldn't predict it then because it's not logic. So that really, yeah, I can understand that part. But it's just, how can people fall for the flat earth? I mean, what kind of person do you have to be to fall for that? I mean, I do watch quite a lot. I mean, I watch Sam and Dan, Creaky Blinder, and Conspiracy Cats. Them three are brilliant. I love the way they deal with all the bad hate and bad comments. I think they've got it down to a T. It's brilliant. And I also did a vlog regarding the Logan Paul documentary he did about Flat Earth. A lot of YouTubers have panned it, but I actually loved that. I thought it was so funny. I thought the way he just took the mickey out of them, I thought it was brilliant, especially the Universal logo, movie logo. That was just really made me giggle so much. Even thinking about it makes me giggle about it. I just don't understand why people want to believe the Earth's flat. I mean, to me, excuse the seagulls in the background. I do live by the sea. Hopefully I'll put a bit of an ambient sound behind this to make it a bit more relaxing kind of thing, rather than music. Yes, I just don't know. I mean, as I was saying, I mean, to me, I don't really care if on a flat earth, round earth, whatever earth is. I'm living my life, I'm breathing air, I'm walking and doing work, I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing this. To me, that's all I need. I mean, if it's flat, if it's round, if it's oblong, if it's pear-shaped or whatever, I do not care really. I mean, but I just know for definite the earth is not flat. Come off it. So, if I get any comments about this from the flat earthers, then bring it on, bring it on. It's only words at the end of the day. So that's my little flat earth rant. As I said, I have done some vlogs a couple of times. You'll see the vlogs in my playlist. So now on to the Vlogumentary, which I've finished doing. It's an evolution of a small YouTuber. Well, I know I've touched on this before a few times, and it's only like 14 days until the episode 1 comes on YouTube. The reason why I chose April the 15th, I mean, I could have released it last week or this week, but I don't know, I just instantly feel I don't know, it's April the 15th just popped in my head and I just stuck to that. But the reason for creating it was when I first started YouTubing, my main aim was to learn about YouTube, about the people on YouTube, about how they become YouTubers, and I was going to write a book about it, but it's early days and stuff. But my idea is to get other people's views on how they started YouTube and what they've had to cope with and put up with, and or the ups and downs and things like that. And I wanted to approach big YouTubers because they've been through it all. They've been through the start, middle, and end. And I thought, well, I'll reach out to some of them. I tried emailing, but because I was on about 13 or 14 subscribers, it was like, yeah, we don't know you, kind of thing. We're not going to benefit anything out of you, are we? I didn't get any answers. I suppose that was the reason why. So I left it for another year and a half, and then I thought, well, okay, I've been through a few ups and downs. I've encountered quite a few different people on YouTube. So I thought, okay, well, I'm part of the small YouTube community. I mean, I don't know what we call small YouTubers now. What we called in, there's loads of different names now, isn't there? Isn't there? But anyway, a small YouTuber. I thought, okay, I'll approach some small YouTubers and do a vlog series, 4-part series about how they, the start, middle, and end, and etc. in the future. So I did send a tweet out in October. I think it was October, and I got a few responses. And I picked a couple of them out of that to do a documentary about. It's not a like David Attenborough documentary. I haven't videoed the small YouTubers. It's just they've emailed me their stories, and I've just responded to that, and I've just made it. Re-edited a little bit of the responses just to make it so I could do voiceover. So yeah. So that's what you'll see, really. You'll see a lot of videos of them in the background and me chatting over it, and then just them, the videos, with them chatting and things like that, and chatting a bit about being a YouTuber. So it's not a wham bam bam kind of thing, but I would like it to be. I really would. I'd like it to be something more powerful, but with the knowledge I've got and what I've got to use, it's impossible for me at the moment. It's only me. I'm filming, editing, and doing everything myself. And that's why I think Patreon's a good idea, because if some people want to become a patron, I can save up for them things. I can do better jobs, and I want to do that kind of stuff. I want to do documentary kind of videos. I want to do more engaging vlogs. I want to meet up with other YouTubers, small YouTubers, and do collabs and stuff. But it's just impossible for me at the moment. So yeah, it's I did plan to have it finished by January, but it's a bit of Christmas and that kind of stuff, and Vlogmas. And with my mental health, it was hard for me to start it. I just couldn't find the starting block. I had a writer's block kind of thing. So in January I said it'd be April. So I really pushed myself. I spent the whole week on each episode finding videos to use, editing the text, the first episode took about 2 weeks actually. Then once I got the right scripting for it, the right idea for it, episodes 2, 3, and 4 flowed. I just used the same kind of principle, so I knew where it was going. So it was just episode 1 was just really typical to do, because I must have done about 4 different versions of it till I got to the one that I felt comfortable with that I could do. So yeah, that was 6 months, and it's all done now. It's all online. It's scheduled to appear the first episode April 15th at 6 PM Greenwich Mean Time. So that's chat about my vlogumentary. I was planning on doing a behind the scenes video, but it was tricky. And I think on the first episode I do mention that I'm doing it, but I didn't do it in the end. I know. But I'm going to do a follow-on vlogs in a few months' time, 6 months' time. You know, catching up with the YouTubers, and then just do an update really. Maybe every 6 months do an update, on the lives, how they're doing, just to keep it going a bit more. Just keep it going. Maybe one episode every 6 months, just an update. That's what I'm thinking of doing. But I need to contact the small YouTubers first to see if it's okay. So that's my chat about my vlogumentary. The next one is chat about Joe Weller. When I watched the vlog where he went to LA and he ended up going to Jake Paul's place, and they had a bit of a fight, a bit of a boxing kind of sparring thing, and Jake Paul just ripped the piss out of Joe Weller really. I saw the KSI response to it, and he was going, no, why did he do that? Why did Joe Weller fall for that? Then you got Joe Weller doing a response to that, going, well, if he was in his shoes, he didn't, he did it just because he felt like doing it first time. Yes, he wasn't expecting to be used. He wasn't expecting to be, taken the piss out of. So it's just one of the things. In that kind of situation, it's okay. KSI saying, well, why did he do it? Why did he lower himself so low? But if you were in Joe Weller's shoes at the time, what would you have done? If you'd have got the response off Jake Paul, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I think I would have done it, said yes, just for the publicity, just to get the views. Being a small YouTuber myself. But I don't think I could have coped with Jake Paul's personality, because I would have known deep down that I was being used. But how far would that go? How far would that go? I know you wouldn't know, because I've only got 160 subscribers. I've only got 1,000 and millions, Maybe some big YouTubers should give small YouTubers a chance and get to know them, and get to know, because all these big YouTubers were small YouTubers once. Jake Paul and Alfred Hayes and Zoella, they started off somewhere, didn't they? Yeah. So I don't know. You comment and let me know, what would you do if you sent a text and you got a response from Jake Paul and like that? And would you have said yes? Would you have turned up? Yeah, it's an experience, isn't it? So anyway, that's the 3 topics talked about. So yeah, I suppose chatting now about why I keep changing the channel name, why I keep changing stuff. And this podcast thing is still new, it's for me. And when I started off, I thought, okay, maybe everyone likes a coffee with, chatting or listening. I thought, I chose the name Coffee Break, blah blah blah, which sounded good at the time. But then, no, I'm more grown up. It's hard to explain, because there's so much goes on in my mind when I do videos, when I create stuff. There's so many times I wanted to change the name of the channel, but I don't, because it's going to pee people off and lose people. I think it's just the way mine works at 100 miles an hour. But I think Absolute Chat, I think that sums it down. I think that's what I was going to stick to, and I don't want to change it. But maybe in a few weeks' time I'll think I want to, but I won't, because it's chat. It's Absolute Chat. It's just chat, isn't it? It sums it to a T. It's absolute chat. So yeah, so comment below, let me know what you think. Don't forget to tap that subscribe, hit that like and comment, let me know. And don't forget the time skips below and the links to all my social medias. And just check out, just if you've got time, just check out my vlogs and see what you think. So as always, thank you very much for listening, and hear you next Monday. Have a good week. And yes, it's April Fool's Day, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but there's no fooling here, I'm afraid. Because by the time if I do an April Fool joke, it'll be after 12 o'clock, and it'll be like, I'll be the fool, won't I? So I'm not falling for that. Thank you. See you soon.